Will Smith is sparking some controversy over his new role as the genie, and the general consensus is that people hate it already. Welcome to InformOverload. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, and if you're new to the channel, we find the most interesting news stories on the internet and we make them more entertaining. Disney is back again to ruin your childhood. This time though, they'll be rebooting the 1992 classic Aladdin. Previously, the role of genie was played by Robin Williams, so Will Smith definitely has some big shoes to fill already. Disney didn't exactly get off on the right foot by releasing a screen grab from the movie with Will "That's Hot" Smith talking to the actor who plays Aladdin. The internet has become a savage place for movies, being that everyone seems to be a critic nowadays. When the images were first released in the first look issue of Entertainment Weekly, a Twitter user named Roxy Hayes said, "This looks like Aladdin brought to you by Party City." She's not wrong either. It looks very low budget considering how much money Disney has. I mean, if they can make Avatar, they can at least make Will Smith look blue and add some more magic we're used to from the animated film. Even if Will Smith does an incredible job, and I mean he's a great actor, look how much fun he pretended to have at the Grand Canyon.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
He still isn't blue. He could be 10 times better than Robin Williams in this role, but it still just won't feel the same if he's not blue. Plus, what is up with that hair and goatee? It looks like he owns a Persian rug store. Are people just hating on Will Smith because of the rewind, or is it because he's not blue? Or maybe you think everything looks great and you can't wait for the movie to come out. Either way, let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
Will Smith has responded to all the memes about him crying over his wife Jada Pinkett Smith's entanglement with one of their son's friends.
And he's claiming he wasn't in fact crying about the situation, but actually had a few reasons explaining why his eyes were red and watery. So, crying? What else? When does your eyes get watery and red?
There is another time, but we know about
well, yeah.
We're gonna tell you guys all about it right now in InformOverload. What's happening, guys? I'm one of your hosts, Jared Bronstein.
You just jumped right into that. I'm the Bacon King, Johnny Rogers.
Oh, dude, I wanted you to f***ing read that. I wanted to see who's gonna read it.
And Jared tried to get me to say, and I'm your other host, Poopy McPoopface.
I was like, I wonder if he's gonna just read it and then realize, but
no, I ain't that stupid.
So for those of you who don't remember, back in a July episode of Jada's Red Table Talk, in which she has those hard conversations for the entire world to see, she decided to have her husband, Mr. Fresh Prince himself, the one and only Will Smith, on. Throughout the episode, they talk about rumors regarding their marriage and relationship, and Jada admitted to having an entanglement with August Alsina, who is good friends with their son Jaden Smith.
Now, as weird as it is that Jada had an affair with her son's good friend, I find it even more strange that she referred to it as an entanglement. To no surprise, the rest of the world did too, and people were quick to make a joke of the word itself. However, it appears Will was upset after hearing about this for what appeared to be the first time, and it seems like he got a little teary-eyed.
Now look, if I found out after years and years of marriage that my wife had an affair with my son's friend, I'd be pretty upset too. So imagine how Will felt hearing it for the first time, with an entire crew around him as well filming the entire thing. It's like a dagger in your heart for the world to see. The crying Will meme would then take over the internet, along with the word entanglement, for months to come. But apparently Will wasn't crying at all.
Will actually took to his own YouTube channel to address the situation. While doing an interview to accept the Robin Williams Legacy of Laughter Award, Smith explained why it appeared as if he was crying. In the video, you can actually see him dabbing his eyes with a tissue while saying, "I'm not sad a lot. I think because I drink so much coffee, I get dehydrated and it makes my eyes water." Okay, sure, Will, whatever you say.
Will continued by explaining, I quote, "I know people think I'm crying all the time. I'm not crying," to which Jada, who was standing just a few feet away, joked, "Such a shame." Will then talked about how while they were shooting the episode, I quote, "It was midnight and we were shooting at midnight because we were trying to rush to go to the airport in the morning. And it turns out the meme almost never happened because Jada originally wanted to refilm the entire thing. She explained, I should have stuck to my guns when I said reshoot the whole thing. But Will didn't mind, as even he admitted, I quote, it played out. Everybody's like, poor Will."
The entire Smith family was honored with the Robin Williams Legacy of Laughter Award, which was chosen by Williams' children, Zach and Zelda. Speaking on the impact Robin had while accepting the award, Will praised the late actor and comedian, saying, "Robin Williams was an absolute master of human connection. He wanted you to laugh. It's almost like he needed you to laugh." And going back to the entanglement situation, their daughter Willow says she was proud of how her parents handled things. She went on to say, "To be able to see you and dad do that for me, that was like, okay, that's the real deal. That's real love. When you can be like, I'm with you, I'm gonna stand by you, and I'm gonna hold your hand because I love you. That's what we do. That's really important." I just want to make a point here. I'm not shaming Will Smith for saying another reason why for crying.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool that he was like able to show his emotions
100%.
like that.
I think this
How
like,
many times has Will Smith saved the world? How many times?
Men in Black, I Am Legend.
Men in Black.
What else? He's been in a lot.
A lot.
Wild West.
A lot, right?
Did he say the word Wild West?
Like he is the perfect spokesperson for being like, hey men, it's okay to cry.
To be
it's okay to
sensitive,
feel
yeah.
your emotions, right? But now that he's like going back on it and being like, it was just coffee.
Yeah, dehydrated.
Dehydrated, I smoked a little too much. It was I'm like, what are you doing? You're ruining the whole thing.
That was like a wholesome meme.
I was ready to just start letting it out whenever I felt
Dude,
it.
I did a Central, I fully cried in it. It was a try not to cry challenge and I cried because I was like, if Will Smith could cry, I could cry. But joke's on you guys, it was a fake cry.
It was dehydration.
I didn't drink water all day and I started crying because
I was acting.
yeah, I don't know. And I don't know why it took so long to address the situation.
Yeah, that
Like, this is
seems
like a good,
he
like,
thought about this for
Like
a
a
while.
good like 3-4 months later, he's like, oh, by the way, that meme thing that happened in
He's
July.
going into his doctor's office. Come on, doc, you gotta give me something. What causes red, teary eyes?
It's like, and when I read the dehydration, I was like,
yeah. He WebMD'd that
yeah,
for
I've
sure.
never heard of that. I've never heard of you get dehydrated and your eyes get watery and red.
Never, never, ever, ever.
You should have gone with like I had a bad sleep.
Yeah,
You know, I
something like
was
that.
shooting all night and then we went right to the set and then just something better than that, man.
Yeah.
Maybe he's telling the truth, I don't know.
Morning, who knows? For the first time in many years, everyone is talking about the Oscars, but it has nothing to do with anyone winning any awards. Everyone instead is talking about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock in the face after the comedian made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. The 94th Academy Awards took place on Sunday, and all was going swell until Will Smith took great offense to a joke about his wife. Chris was introducing the award for Best Documentary when he turned his attention to the Smith family, who appeared to be front and center. Rock joked that he was looking forward to seeing Jada in G.I. Jane 2, which was a poorly timed joke at Jada's lack of hair. To explain the joke, G.I. Jane is a 1997 movie starring a bald Demi Moore as a soldier. Little did Chris know, Jada had been diagnosed with alopecia, which is an autoimmune condition characterized by rapid hair loss in the scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes, for which treatments are very limited. In the clip, you can see that initially Will Smith actually laughs at the joke, but then when he notices that Jada is rolling her eyes and clearly displeased, he gets up to defend his wife. Will then marches straight at Chris Rock and proceeds to slap him in the face. As Rock is stunned by this unscripted moment, he tries to explain that it was just a joke. Although Will is fired up at this point and clearly doesn't care as he shouts twice during the live broadcast, "Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth." And now stunned Chris Rock must finish presenting the award for Best Documentary, but before continuing he says that was the greatest night in the history of television. I'm sure he meant to say that was the greatest moment in the history of television, but if you just got slapped in the face by Will Smith, you'd be a little out of sorts as well. Now, a lot of people were split on the internet about this. Some people were defending Will Smith, saying that he was just defending his wife and thought that Chris's joke was perhaps in poor taste. However, on the flip side of things, the other argument is that this should have been handled all off air. Plus, words should not equal violence. All this will do is make every comedian everywhere start joking about Jada because now they know how much of a sore spot this is for Will Smith. What's bizarre is that during the American broadcast, they actually cut the audio when Will started to yell at Chris. But for people watching in Australia, the sound was still going, and so the uncensored clip started to make the rounds online. In response to what took place, the Academy tweeted, "The Academy does not condone violence of any form. Tonight we are delighted to celebrate our 94th Academy Award winners who deserve this moment of recognition from their peers and movie lovers around the world." And as it turns out, this situation is much deeper than it appears. You see, this isn't the first time that Chris Rock has made fun of the Smith family. Back in 2016, the comedian hosted the Academy Awards where both Will and Jada were in attendance. Rock made fun of Jada publicly, saying that she was going to boycott the show after another year of all-white acting nominees. At the time, he said, "Jada said she's not coming. I was like, isn't she on a TV show? Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars? Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited." He also poked fun at Will Smith, who was being considered as a possible Oscar nominee for his role in the film Concussion. Chris went on to say, "Will was not nominated for Concussion. I get it. You get mad? It's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. You're right. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West." Now afterwards, Jada was asked about the jokes that Chris told, and she seemed to take them all in stride at the time. She said back in 2016, "It comes with the territory, sweetheart. Hey, look, it comes with the territory, but we gotta keep it moving. We gotta keep it moving. We gotta keep it moving. There's a lot of stuff we gotta handle, a lot of stuff in our world right now. We gotta keep it moving." This time around though, she was not as willing to absorb these jokes, and that was made clear by Will Smith being sent to the stage to slap Chris for what he said. Following the slap heard around the world, Will Smith would return to the stage later on to accept his award for Best Actor. Although many people online are calling it the biggest meltdown speech of the the evening. Roughly 40 minutes after the slap, as Will was accepting his award for Best Actor for his role as Richard Williams in King Richard, he defended his attack on Chris Rock. In what should have been a big moment for his career, that slap completely overshadowed it. In his speech, Will said, "You gotta be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you gotta be able to have people disrespecting you, and you gotta smile and you gotta pretend like that's okay." He went on to explain that he wanted to be an ambassador of love and care and concern, adding that he was a vessel for love even. He then thanked Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family for trusting him with their story. To close out his speech, Will said, "I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father just like they said about Richard Williams, but love will make you do crazy things." And Chris was introducing the award for Best Documentary when he turned his attention to the Smith family, who appeared to be front and center. Rock joked that he was looking forward to seeing Jada in G.I. Jane 2, which was a poorly timed joke at Jada's lack of hair. To explain the joke, G.I. Jane is a 1997 movie starring a bald Demi Moore as a soldier. Little did Chris know, Jada had been diagnosed with alopecia. Will apologized to a lot of people, but the one person that wasn't going to be seeing any apology was Chris Rock. Apparently, Denzel Washington even said to him a few minutes before his speech, "At your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you." And after the slap, Chris Rock seemed to be very flustered as he tried to resume presenting the award for Best Documentary. Also, to win Best Actor, Will had to beat out Javier Bardem in Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield in Tick Tick Boom, and Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth. The slap ended up being muted on a delayed telecast in the US, but the full version was aired uncensored for international audiences. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this though, because that's all the time that we have for today. So stay classy, and I'll see you in the next one.